What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker right here on the Morning Jam podcast, where we talk about any and everything. Personal, old snaps and claps. It's a dang good day to talk about a few things. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Whitaker right here on the Morning Jam podcast. I'm super excited. I can't even stop smiling because this young man is with me on tonight. Yes, the one and only, y'all. Season 5. Sunday's best.
Yes.
Ashford Sanders. How's it going, bro?
I'm chilling like I'm feeling. I always say whatever that means. I'm chilling.
I don't even think I said Ashford Sanders.
Yeah,
that's what we're going to say. There we go.
Yeah, I'm excited to be alive. I'm excited to be here. I mean, I'm just so grateful for the opportunities that God is giving me and trusting me with. So, man, thank you for having me.
Oh, man. It's an honor to even just have you in my presence and just how you sing and just been working hard and your restaurant and here in the ATL from the countryside, Mississippi,
Mississippi.
Let's get into it, bro.
So
I know, po' boy.
Po' boy from
Let's talk about the po' boy from Mississippi.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, I grew up in Canton, Mississippi, hometown of the Canton Spirituals, my favorite group.
That's right.
We grew up poor. We grew up in the hood, I was just telling somebody yesterday, I said, I remember growing up when we turn light on and roaches just scatter all over the floor. We grew up like that, and it was like 3 families in a 2-bedroom apartment. So
wow.
I think it's probably about 15 of us living in just a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh, wow.
But we were a really close, family. That all of those things I think nurtured and raised me to be who I am now. I had an auntie from New Orleans, and she would come up. I think I was like 5, 6 years old, and she would always have me to sing the Aaron Hall song, "I Miss You, I'm Talking to You, Baby." And so I'm a little boy singing that song. And then I saw the video one day, and I cried like a baby. That was the saddest video I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah, but nevertheless, no. But yeah, so that's kind of what it's been. That's kind of, I think, played a role in who I am today.
Awesome. So tell us who you are really today. So what is so special and so great about Ashford Sanders?
Wow, that's interesting. What is so great?
Mm-hmm.
For me, I think I'm just me, and that doesn't make me necessarily great.
Mm-hmm.
I think God is the great one. God trusted me. He gave me a gift. He trusted me with the gift. He put the necessary people in my path to nurture the gift.
Yeah.
From watching the Canton Spirituals to watching Michael Jackson to my first choir director to my kindergarten teacher, Miss Hinkles. That's how I started singing. My kindergarten teacher came in one day and she had, I don't know what this is called, but it's like the thing where you got the big black disc and you put it on there and you put the little pin on it and it starts spinning. I still don't know what it's called.
What? A record player?
Yeah, it's one of those things. And she started playing "There's a Place in My Heart and I Know That It Is." And she said, "Who think they can lead it?" And I just lift my hand.
Really? How old were you?
Probably 6.
Really?
Yep. And every day she would put me the headphones on and have me to sit there and listen to it.
Wow.
And learn the song. And so for my kindergarten graduation, I performed that song.
So who actually sang the song?
Michael Jackson.
Okay, Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
See, I'm lost on there. So don't worry about that. Yeah.
For you and for me and the entire human race. So yeah. So that was the start. And from that point, I was still 6 years old. I went to my auntie Nene house. I lived in Camden, Mississippi. And Nene hits me up. I'm at her house one day and I hear, live in Memphis, the Canton Spirituals. And just a little boy, I started watching this little gospel group.
Wow.
And I heard a song talk about an old man sitting in the church and they wouldn't let him sing. And I just started crying because I felt bad for the old man, and then, so he went on, he passed away and went to heaven, and he said he was singing in the heavenly choir.
Right.
And so I was just drawn to this group from there. I was like,
you're
wow.
talking about the song, Singing in the Heavenly
Yes.
Choir. Yeah.
And so from there, I was like stuck on the Canton Spirituals for years.
Right.
And so then I found out all these years later that wasn't a true story. I was mad. I wasn't never no old man.
Like, what in the world have me crying all these years?
Right.
What's going on? Now I didn't
no old
come
man,
to the realization it ain't even real.
Right. But it was phenomenal. I told Harvey, I said, man, you trained me.
Yeah.
I just released a tribute to the Canton Spirituals called Ashford Sanders Tribute to the Canton Spirituals on
Wow.
YouTube. And Harvey called me the night I released it, and he said, "Man," he said, "you got me sitting here in tears." He said, "I just want to thank you." He
Wow.
said, "That was absolutely phenomenal."
So how does that make you feel by someone just telling you that?
I'm
Like,
still overwhelmed. Anytime I'm around any of the Canton Spirituals, I'm always get that little jittery feeling. Like
yeah.
I've had the opportunity at this point to perform with them on several occasions and share the stage with them,
Yeah.
but it never ceased to make, like, I'm always just overwhelmed to be in the
Yeah.
presence. Because I
Yeah.
watched this guy all my life. Like, while other people were looking at, because Harvey wasn't the best singer, just like Michael Jackson wasn't the best singer. But the overall package, they had it. They had the voice, they had the entertainment ability. They had Harvey could make you laugh and
But
cry at
catch
the
your
same
attention,
time.
yeah.
And so I was looking at hand gestures, like, what was he trying to say? It was something he wanted it, and So I go back and rewind to see what changed when he did. So all of that stuff, and it taught me you can't just be a lead singer. You have to be a smart lead singer.
Yeah.
You have to know what's going on that stage, because we're dealing with energy and atmosphere. So what the guitar player doing it matters. What the keyboard player doing, it matters. You just can't be back there doing everything.
Wow, I've never heard it put like that.
Oh yeah, everything plays a role into what we create in the room. So that's why sometimes when Michael Jackson would come out and he would just stand there, and people are hollering, well, that noise is creating the energy. It's creating an excitement. He's building the energy.
Yeah, he's feeling.
atmosphere in the
Yeah.
room,
Oh wow.
and then from there, once he's standing there for 10 minutes, and then he signaled the band with a hand gesture, boom, music starts, and he can take them, or he can go from high and he can bring them all the way down to another day is gone. He can kind of so that's what it's about, understanding how to control the narrative in the room.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love how you broke that down.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
me, been a singer all my life. Singing with my sister. I always bring up me and my sisters because
Yeah.
we just a close knit family as well too. But just singing all my life, I just never, heard it put like that.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
Everything matters. I tell my band all the time, I've had the same guys playing for me since they were 14, 15. Now some of them 28.
Oh wow.
And I tell them all the time, you can't do anything on stage with me. A lot of musicians don't like to play for me because I'm very hands-on, and I don't let you do everything you want to do on the stage.
Right.
Like, no, I'm the lead singer. I need you to accompany me. I need you to help me, but I don't need you to argue with me.
Right.
Now, and sometimes in quartet we need to argue. So I'm like, the Holy Ghost,
Yeah.
You argue with me a little bit, but you have to know when to and when not to. And that's the problem with most musicians. They don't know when not to. They trying to shine. Nobody want to hear you shine. Just if we do it as a collective team, God gets the glory. Get out the way. Move out the way.
Absolutely. Can you just sing me something? Because I know you got a great voice. I want to hear it. I just want to hear it. Sing me something.
I need thee, oh, I need thee.
Need thee.
Every hour I need thee.
Yes.
Oh, bless me now, my Savior. I come to thee. Oh, I come to thee.
Yes. We can end this interview right now. Yes, sir. Like, so anointed. That is so powerful. So what do you think that you get that powerful? Is it your mom, your dad? Where do you get that from?
Nobody.
Really?
God. It was not my choice to sing gospel.
Wow.
I always had a thing for gospel music. And it wasn't, I didn't know who Jesus was. I didn't know who God was. I just liked the music because I felt it did something for me here And it was like, I remember going to church one Sunday and they had me to sing Amazing. And I saw how the people responded, and I saw the lady over there crying. And she came out to church and she said, "You really blessed me today." And for me, that was a big deal to know I helped her.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who Jesus was, but I knew if I sung this kind of music, it make people feel good. So that's what made me want to do it. But I don't. When it comes to the gift, I just think over the years, like I said, watching Harvey, watching Michael Jackson, then I had a director by the name of James Harris. He was real strict, like strict. He would go off on you, almost cuss you out in choir rehearsal. And so I saw how he put his foot down and he demanded perfection. And so it made me work harder to be great at just singing gospel music,
Wow. So let's take it a little bit further, because I know that you were on Sunday Best. Tell me about that experience for you.
The Sunday Best experience itself was an absolute phenomenal experience. From the, I actually auditioned for the show twice before being picked to be on the show. I did season 2, season 3. Season 3 was the year Leandria Johnson won the show. We were we auditioned in New Orleans, and I never forget. In Jackson, Mississippi, we had a radio show called 95.5 Hallelujah FM. And I got a call from Therese Harris one day, and he was like, man, why don't you get on the bus? They were doing this thing, get on the bus.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm good, And anyway, long story short, previous years, I had recorded 2 records with the Williams brothers, Melvin and Doug Williams. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, we'll play one of your songs that you did with the Williams brothers, and we'll let people call in and vote. And so long story short, they selected me to take the trip to New Orleans and get down there. I sing, "Oh, how I loved you." Oh, and Tina Campbell stopped me. And she was like, I think you're good, but I don't think you can compete with the other guys in the competition.
Oh, wow.
And so Erica looked at her, and Erica was like, that's rude, and I totally disagree. She said, I think there's something there, and I would like to see more. And so Donnie was like, well, I'm going to say yes because I want to see more guys in the competition. He said, but you're going to have to bring it. So I'm like, cool. And so about 3 weeks was going by. Dathan Thickpen also auditioned that season. And so Dathan and I were reaching out, calling each other. You heard anything? You heard anything?
Yeah.
Nope. And so Dathan ended up hitting me up. He was like, I got a call. So I was like, what? He said, yeah. He said, you probably going to get a call too. So long story short, I didn't get a call. But the night they start premiering the audition process, they're showing my audition. So I'm like, well, maybe they still going to call because I got 2 yeses. That puts me on
right,
the show.
Yeah.
Well, they had edited that footage. So they had Tina saying what she said. They had Erica saying what she said. But they had took footage, I guess, of Donnie saying something to somebody else and dropped it as if he said it to me.
So he said it to you. Wow.
My brother, I'm going to say no because I feel the church is where your ministry is. That's where you're going to bloom. I'm like, what? He never said that to me. Like, so, I put the little sad music in there. I looked so pitiful. And so I was so upset.
Don't you hate when people say that to you? Yeah, your voice is only for church.
Yeah. I was so upset at that.
Wow.
And I'm like, they made me look bad. Everybody saw that, blah, blah, blah. And so I was done with Sunday Best.
Yeah.
I was never going to go back. And so season 4 come, I was nowhere near interested. Season 5 came, nowhere near interested. But I went to Austin, Texas to audition for the X Factor. And made it through all the rounds, just like Sunday Best. Just because you make it through the rounds don't mean you make it on the show.
Right, yeah.
And so as I'm leaving out the door of the X Factor to come back home, some random guy said, hey, sir, I heard you singing in the line. Sunday Best is in Dallas tomorrow. I had $60, enough money to make it back to Mississippi.
Yeah.
And my drummer was with me at the time, and I looked at him, I said, you want to go to Dallas? And he was like, whatever you want to do. So we get in the car, make a crazy decision, go to Dallas. No money to stay nowhere. We ain't got no money to get no room, no nothing. Called my mama. She fussed for about 30 minutes and then sent the money. So we get a room and go to sleep that Friday night, get up that Saturday morning, and I looked at my drummer and I said, hey, man, let's just go on back to Mississippi.
Really?
And he said, why? I said, because I know how this process works. If I make it today, I got to come back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we got to go to church tomorrow. He's the drummer. I'm the worship leader. So he was like, well, let's at least just go over there.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the Potter's house. I go in the room, get the number, sitting in the sanctuary, about 3,000 people. And then after sitting there for like 2 hours, the devil got in my head and said, you know you're wasting your time sitting here. You could be halfway home.
Wow.
And so I said, yeah, that's right. Let me get up. I get up to walk out the door. One of the producers says, sir, where you going? I said, well, if I make it today, I said, I'm going home. She said, why? I said, because if I make it today, I got to come back tomorrow. And I can't come back tomorrow because I got to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
She said, and we got to be out of here. She said, Bishop Jakes don't have service tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
She said, this is a one-day audition.
Wow.
I was like, huh? She said, wait, your name Ashford Sanders? I said, yes, ma'am.
And she knew your name.
She knew my name. She said, you auditioned in New Orleans and Atlanta? I said, yeah. She said, come go with me.
You finna cut lines.
Sent me directly to the final round. I didn't even have to go through the first 2 auditions.
Wow.
Went to the last audition, and ultimately 3 weeks later, I got a call from BT Network saying you've been selected to be on this season of Sunday Best. And 3 weeks after that, I was in Atlanta.
That was, it was so great. You did such an amazing job. Like, I was like rooting for you. Like, for real.
I was trying. But it was never about the competition for me.
Yeah.
You know, if some of the contestants would tell the truth, you know, I was giving them pointers on, hey, don't do that. You do that, they going to send you home.
Yeah.
Hey, simplified. Hey, you're doing too many runs. That's too busy. You know, I'm an energy person. I'm atmosphere. We're dealing with emotional people. People react based off of emotion 99% of the time. So what you're doing on that song is going to either get on their nerve or they're going to enjoy it, one or the other. So simplify, allow the anointing that's in you to do the work. You know, you just be the instrument to provide it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was never about the competition. The dilemma was, it still was a competition. Mm-hmm. And so I came out every week and they pick our songs for us, and they kept picking songs I did not like.
Really?
I didn't like any of them. You know,
what was the worst one that you had to prepare for?
I think the worst song they gave me would have been Millions.
The one that you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now you got Millions.
Yeah. But the reason being, okay, so they would give you a structure already to how to sing the song.
How they want you to sing the song.
Well, when I got into the rehearsal with Big Jim and Daniel Moore and Dario, they had me saying, if I can just make it up there, there'll probably be 1,000 things I want to tell the Lord on the day.
The original
Millions
way.
didn't make it, but I was one of the ones who did. And that was it. And I looked at Big Jim and I said, that's not going to work. Mm-hmm. And he said, what do you mean? I said, it's just not going to work. He said, well, what you want to do? I said, we got to change it. And he said, okay. So he sat back. He said, so tell us how you want to change it. I said, can we bring it in at the, they'll probably be, because you only got like a minute.
Yeah.
Be 1,000 things I want to tell the Lord on the day. I said, we're going to millions. He said, but then where you going to go after that? Because the song don't say nothing else. I said, I don't know, I'm going to make something up. And so that's why the night on the stage, if you look at me, I'm channeling the God and His truth. I said, now what will Harvey say in a moment like this? And I said, my mind began to roam just a few weeks ago. I was standing in an auditioning line, but look at me tonight, standing here with you. Thousands didn't make it, but I was one of the ones who did. Oh, Jill. And it just went up like crazy.
It's so
there.
Professional.
Yeah, right. So it was crazy because I'm freestyling on the stage. And that became like the biggest song that I did on the show.
But you know, it takes somebody really special to freestyle that really know, because everybody can't do it.
Right. But that's come from years of watching and learning and understanding. And so I love storytelling songs. I love like when Shirley Caesar would tell stories or Harvey would tell stories. I learned the Lee Williams had a song, Can't Run, Can't Hide. And he said, my mind go back to a story in the Bible. One day God called a man by the name of... I love the stories because it's like, wow, you know.
You sound just like...
Oh, you're funny. Yeah.
When you did that.
Yeah, so I love those type of songs. So for
Yeah.
me, it became natural. Even now on stage,
Yeah.
it's easy for me to ad lib. You know, it's easy for me to just. I tell my band all the time, I never get lost.
Wow. So how
Because
does one get to that point?
I just think it's comes from experience. You know, it comes from studying, experience, and understanding people. There's never a crowd I get in front of that I'm lost.
Wow.
You know, I remember, this is a true story. So I had never sung for an all-white crowd.
Okay.
Ever. And so I was booked to do the House of Blues in New Orleans. So I'm thinking House of Blues, oh, it's about to be a bunch of black people in here. It's okay, cool. The curtains open. This is the honest God truth. It was about 600 people in this room. 8 of them were black. And all the black people were sitting at a table right in front of the table, in front of the stage.
In front of the stage.
The rest of the room was white. And when they opened the curtain, I mean, if you go back and watch the video, I think it's on YouTube. When they opened the curtain, I was like, oh, whoa. And I'm sitting there because I'm like, these people not going to want to hear no something about the name Jesus or no millions.
You'll
make
be
me
surprised.
better. So I'm sitting there like, so I was like, all right, just going to have to go with it.
Right.
Something about the name Jesus. Some people call me crazy, but... And so...
You got to hit that.
I'm singing. And then I'm like, okay, I finish. Now, the whole time I'm singing, the only people shouting is the black people. All white people just sitting there looking.
Really?
I'm like, oh, I'm flopping so bad. And so when I finish, they all clap. I said, oh, maybe they like me.
Yeah.
And so I leave that and I go into millions. They clap. So my last song was Make Me Better. Make Me Better is a hip shaker. And I'm like, I don't know. So I go into Make Me Better and I start shaking my hip. Them folks stood up and started doing they like off beat dances. And so then I do a thing where I pass the mic. So somebody else come and sing it. And them white folks start coming up there grabbing that mic. And one woman said, I need a better job.
Oh.
A better man. Lord Jesus. It's on YouTube.
I'm going to have to go watch it. That's so funny.
But at that moment, I realized everybody's just people.
Right.
Everybody just want to have a good time. Everybody just want to have a great moment. And that's what it was. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Awesome. So what has been your great moment in the singing?
In singing, I think the highlight of my moment was the first time I ever touched the stage with the Cat and Spirituals. I was nervous. We were at a church called, I can't remember, we were in Jackson, Mississippi, and Harvey was up, and he said, Ashford, come here. And I went up, and he said, when friends misuse you. Well, I knew that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When friends misuse you.
Yeah, that's whole stuff right there.
So that was like, wow. You know, and so from there, you know, I mean, like I said, I had a lot of times to perform with them now, but I'm still overwhelmed. But I would say, you know, being on that Sunday Best stage and having that opportunity to share the stage with, because I wasn't a Kirk Franklin fan. I wasn't you know, I was a Ken's head and
old
Michael
school.
head.
Yeah.
You know? And so, I mean, because for me, gospel music today has lost the, you know.
I can agree. Yeah.
It's lost the, you know, when I cook collard greens, I like to cut up bell peppers and onion in my greens. I like to put some smoked turkey tails or smoked ham hocks.
Come on now.
In my greens. Yeah, I like to do that. And, you know, a lot of times I use a little chicken broth and I use a little veggie season every now and then. And so gospel music has lost that smoked meat, that flavor them greens, that give it that push around where it needs to be. And so that's why I said I wanted to put out music. I remember when Bobby Jones was still coming on BET.
Right, yeah.
On a regular day, you get in your car and turn on the gospel station and you hear songs like, a change has come on.
Yeah, that's my song.
Or, thank God for my mountain. I thank him for the valleys. You heard those songs and it felt like God. those songs made you feel like you were closer to God.
Yeah.
And so it made me want to go to church. But nowadays, you don't have that with gospel. You don't have
Yeah.
so that's what I want to record. That's what we're working on currently in the studio with new music. That music that make you feel like God is in the
Yeah.
music,
Yeah, thank you for that. Because that is definitely what is missing. That feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Those that turkey meat, and that ham, them lamb, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
that
and I mean,
stuff.
there's nothing wrong with the new stuff, but we can't lose the foundation of where it came from.
Yeah.
The sound. There's a different sound that we had that separated us from secular, that separated us from pop. We had a gospel sound that it felt like Big Mama them. It felt like family. It felt like God. It felt spiritual. And nowadays there's not even any conviction. Some music you can hear and it make you just go do something different.
Yeah.
You change, you about to do something wrong, and then that came on, you change.
Yeah.
But nowadays it's like it's not even phased.
It ain't nothing to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wow, that's amazing that you even like reaching back and getting that soul of the gospel.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people need these days, even our younger. You were talking earlier about you were talking about the 15, 16-year-olds talking about Lil Baby can better than Michael Jackson. What? Like, what is going on with how? But anyway,
their generation.
It is, yeah.
And so they don't understand the legacy of great performance. What they see now is great to them.
Yeah.
And no offense towards Lil Baby or anybody else. But,
exactly, yeah.
Michael Jackson was great at what he did. Kirk Franklin is great at what he does, and so people, we just can't lose the Martin Luther King was great. And you can't now hide the people who created a platform for the Lil Baby or for
exactly.
For myself, so
I think it tends to like everybody just forget that. And they just forget where they come from and how it just really made who they are. Just like you're saying, like we shouldn't lose that platform, that ground.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, because I know for me growing back, I remember my mom walking through the house singing. My mom's not the best singer in the world. I get it's on both sides of the family, but I remember those old songs she's singing, like you said, Amazing Grace, and just feeling it. And
I remember my grandmama be walking around just humming, and she be humming, and every now and then she said, Lord have mercy, have mercy on me. Her kids got in trouble, be locked up in jail, don't know. And she be, Lord have mercy.
Absolutely.
Have a little mercy, Jesus. Have mercy on me. And I didn't understand it then, but now those songs mean something,
Yeah.
I remember sister got sick and grandma said, if the Lord don't help me, just rocking in her chair.
Rocking, yeah.
I can't stand this storm. If the Lord don't help me, I can't stand the storm. And it just was like, now when I look back, those songs does something for me because Smile, Kirk Franklin got a song that says Smile. It don't work for me all the time.
Yeah.
Some days I don't feel like smiling. Mary got the song, Go Get It. Phenomenal song. But
right.
some days I don't have the energy to go get it. Some days I need those kind of songs.
Yeah.
One thing I know, I've been born again.
I love your old soul.
Yeah, yeah. You just need those things. But don't get it wrong. I'm 100% open to the new sound. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But we can't lose the foundation of where it originated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what the real anointing is. A song like Amazing Grace or Precious Love, Take My Hand. Those songs have a different anointing.
I'm trying to sing with you.
Oh, yeah. You sound good, too. Yeah, they have a different anointing on them. And so I tell my musicians all the time, if I'm singing a traditional song, Amazing Grace, don't give me no contemporary chord. Give me the traditional, because that carries a different anointing. That's going to create a different energy in the room. If you give me contemporary, you're going to pull me. I don't want to go CCM when I'm singing Amazing Grace. I don't want to go. Give me straight tradition, country, pigtails. It's all unhealthy chords. Give me those. Yeah.
So tell me, why did you go with the song Millions to put out?
Honestly, Leandria Johnson, and I've never said this until now. Myself, Leandria, Ernest Pugh, we were in Chicago, Illinois on a concert one night. And I had a short version of Millions where I say, there'll probably be 1,000. Then I go, millions and make it. I was one of the ones who, and I ended. And so Leandria pulled me off stage when I came off stage, she said, you supposed to milk that song. I was like, huh? She said, you're not milking that. She said, there's so much more on that you could do. And so she said that to me, but I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so years passed, and I met a young lady by the name of Talisa Stinson. And Talisa said, Ashford, you need to go back and recut Millions. And I was like, she said, go back and recut it. And I'm like, what can I do? I don't want to do that. And so I went and prayed on it, and God said, rewrite it. Recreate, act like it never existed, and you just created this song. And so I wanted to keep the origin of the original song where it talks about when I die and go to heaven, I'll tell God millions didn't make it, but I was one who did. So that's why I kept the concept of the original song, but I wanted to make it so modern, more modern to today, to talk about we're going through pandemic, we're going through all this. Even myself, my kidneys failed over 12 years ago. I was on dialysis when I did Sunday Best.
Wow.
You know, so I wanted to make the song more about me living in the world on earth and trials and tribulations that I'm making it over now. Cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, all of those things. I made it over. When the family said you never amount to anything and they counted you out, you was addicted to crack cocaine and they gave up on you, but look at you all these years later, you're still here, you got your health strength. I made it over. So that's kind of where that concept comes from, and I wanted to pour that into that song.
Wow.
Millions is a more emotionally driven song, but it makes you look at your life and realize, dang, I made it over.
Let's talk about, you was talking about them greens. Got me hungry sitting over here. So you have your restaurant here in Atlanta, and you moved here from Mississippi. Now you're here with the restaurant and everything. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the restaurant is called That's Good. We're getting ready to open the second location. We're actually on 2002 Campbellton Road, Atlanta, Georgia. It's the old S&S cafeteria, about 2 miles from the Tyler Perry Studios. So it's a phenomenal thing. But we got bean, green, tomatoes. Hey, yeah. We got all that good.
You name it.
Yeah, right. You're funny. But so I mean, we're just a soul food spot. We're currently at the Stonecrest Mall on 2929 Turner Hill Road in Stonecrest, Georgia, which is Lithonia, Georgia. They trying to change the name, or they changing the name. But yeah, so I mean, our menu basically consists of soul food: baked turkey wings, baked chicken, fried fish, candy yams, collard greens, mac and cheese.
I am going.
And so we had a full bar out on weekends only. So if you want all of that, come on weekends. Through the week, we have a really, really limited bar, so you won't nowhere near get that kind of stuff. But on weekends, everything is out there.
Nice.
In fact, I was just the other day cooking some collard greens.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to cook?
I don't know if I got a favorite thing. Cooking for me is like with the new restaurant, I'm adding lobsters and stuff to the menu.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be practicing on cooking lobsters this weekend. And I need to learn how to do it, So I find joy in figuring it out. And then I'm always like, once I figured it out, I'm on to something else.
Yeah.
If I learn how to do it, then I teach my chef or show my cooks how to do it. All right, let me figure out what's new. So I don't know if I got a favorite thing to cook. Something I cook really well is fried. I cook everything really well, but fried chicken is like a no-brainer. I can just fried chicken.
Do you have a special recipe for that?
I had an auntie named Skokie. And Skokie was she was anointed to cook, but sometimes your family don't tap into their calling, their purpose.
Yeah.
She would cook for the family, but I felt her calling was bigger than that. I felt she could have done something more. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2017, but she was the best cook. And so the best fried chicken, I still ain't got hers down like she did it, but watching her all the years and, getting that passion to do it, then I think I kind of got it just so I can look at it.
Yeah, yeah.
I do have a recipe down at the restaurant, but yeah.
I have a brother-in-law that cooks. He is amazing. And Curvin, I tell you this all the time. See, he had an aunt. I don't want to say I had a brother-in-law that could cook, you know, and he can lay it down. I mean, he can make ramen noodles like
Really?
take it to another. When I tell you another level, I'm saying another.
Yeah,
Like country, another level.
Go
it's crazy.
If that's your passion and that's what you want to do, singing is my first love, but I love cooking. So his name Raymond.
No, his name is Curvin. I said he can take ramen noodles to another level.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, get in some of these vending events. I'm trying to get involved with the state fair. I was like, I would love to cater for the state fair. You know, when the state fair comes.
Nice.
Cause I got this crazy turkey leg recipe where I let them turkey legs sit in like this little broth for like 2 days.
I'm gonna try them turkey legs.
Oh man, it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. So yeah. Then I like to do these caramel drizzled funnel cakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they excellent. I make my caramel from the sweet condensed milk. So
how you gonna say caramel? It's caramel.
Well, I'm from Mississippi. Caramel. And so I take the can of sweet condensed milk and I drop it in like boiling water for like 8 hours.
Really?
Yes. And when you open it, the best caramel you ever had in your life.
He said the best caramel.
I ain't lying.
That's all right.
Yeah, and I like to make like a cream cheese icing. And so I
love cream cheese. Yeah.
And I put like 2 scoops of vanilla ice cream, Cool Whip, my little cream cheese icing, the caramel. Then I go with powdered sugar on top.
All right, now. So what do you call that?
Caramel drizzle funnel cake.
All right. Nice. I love me a funnel cake.
Yeah, I was going to sell it at the fair. I think it'll do well.
I bet it would too. That sounds good.
And I'm working on like these caramel
Can't get away from
candy apples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm still my idea. But
don't let them steal your idea. Then
I'm taking the apple and I'm cutting the center out with the little thing.
Okay.
And I pull that out, but I don't cut it deep enough so it'll go, it's
Mm-hmm.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then I stuff it with the caramel, and you got candy on the outside, caramel on the inside, and that's what we sell. So when you open it and you cut it, you got caramel on each slice.
Yeah, you finna call somebody to have some sugar to beat us. That is amazing. I'm so proud of you, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank
you. I tell everybody, we stuck like Gorilla Glue now. So yeah. I'm gonna have to come get some food, man.
Please do. You're gonna enjoy it, and I mean, I just thank God for the opportunity. It's amazing that God trusts us even
Absolutely.
when we don't deserve to be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
He still trusts us.
Absolutely.
And he select us to do certain things. So I just thank him for the opportunity. Even Apostle Howard, she came and ate at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't know me from Adam. She just happened to be with somebody who did recognize me.
Yeah.
And that's how her and I ultimately connected.
Nice.
But she was getting them turkey wings. She came back. She said, "Give me one to go."
What's next for you? Tell us what's next.
Well, currently I've been in contact with Jason Claiborne. I don't know if you know Jason, but he's a singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the song for Hezekiah, Better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wrote, and so he submitted a few songs to me, and we've decided to go with one of the songs as a single. And so that's what we're doing. We're currently in the studio working on a single.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get that out the radio really soon. And we'll let the doors open as they may.
That's
we're
awesome.
Traveling, we're singing, of course, opening a new restaurant. I just started my own little TV company where I offer live TV services. It's phenomenal. I can't even explain it just yet. I ain't got it figured out how I'm going to word it or deliver it yet, but I've already got my portal with all my live TV channels.
Nice.
Yeah, I offer over 5,000 channels, all HBO, all pay-per-view, all Showtime, all Cinemax, everything for $40 a month.
Nice. Okay.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. Get them dang on bills that's $150 and $160
Right.
a month, and you ain't even got HBO. You know, even though they play the same stuff on TV anyway.
Absolutely.
This give you the opportunity to have even pay-per-view. You never have to pay for another pay-per-view fight or another pay-per-view game. Everything comes included.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like,
Congratulations.
and it's legit.
Wow.
Yeah.
I may have to get on that with
It's
you,
called
bro.
Ash TV.
Okay. Might have to get on that with you.
You would enjoy it. It's a when I've been on it now for about 5 years. And so the guy that does it, his name is Bentley Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
He's from the islands somewhere down there, but he's here and he's a software guru, like engineer. And so when I went in and I saw this one day and he showed it to me, that's been on 5 years ago. I got it, and I dropped DirecTV the next day.
Nice.
And I've had that service. All you need is internet, and I've had that service for 5 years. And so I had been talking to him about, man, let me buy into it. Let me buy into it. And about 2 months ago, we made that happen.
Nice. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Congratulations on that. Like everything that you do. I can't wait to see everything blow up for you even the more, because I know you were already doing the thing, because you've been with major singers since, I don't know when. You were already talking about the Williams before you even hit.
Yeah, I was with Melvin, and I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Doug Williams, December 25th, 2005. Doug Williams came. I was working at the movie theater in Madison, Mississippi. Doug Williams walks in. They was going to see Dreamgirls. I'll never forget it. And I looked at his ticket. I saw what time. I was an usher because I had really great customer service. Mm-hmm. Like I used to get like tips just greeting people at the door. They would give me $100 tip, $200.
Nice.
And so Doug comes in. I looked at his ticket. He had no clue I knew who he was, but of course I did. And so I had the schedule to see what time each movie comes out. So I was watching when this movie turned out. I was looking and I made my way to him. I said, "Hey, sir." I was 18 years old. I said, "My name is Ashford Sanders." I said, "I'm an aspiring gospel artist, and I just need an opportunity." Mm-hmm. And he said, "Give me your number." Well, how many times have I heard that?
Right.
From famous people. "Give me your number, I'll give you a call." So I gave him my number, but I was like, he's not going to call. Mm-hmm. That's what they all say. A week later, like 1 week later, I'm at the movie theater working. In the midday, he calls me and says,
"Wow,
hey, Ashford, this is Doug Williams." What? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, I told you I was going to call you. He said, listen, you got a demo you can bring me. I said, yes, sir. I was lying. I said, yes, sir. And so I get off the phone with him. I go and ask my manager if I could leave. I said, I just got a crazy opportunity, and I need to go try to find a studio. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you how crazy it was. I leave work. We had a little neighborhood studio, a guy named Lavore. Mm-hmm. Lavore was a little different, because Lavore was like a street dude. So, here I am, a gospel artist about to go, and he lived with his grandma Ann. So, here I am in his grandmama's house trying to record at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. He's still in high school. And so he got to get him to go to school. So I was recording, "What do you do when you're done all you can?" And I did all the background. We had been in there all day recording. So about 3 o'clock that morning, he got ready to bounce it down. Mm. And I said, he said, "Well, bro, you still got to clean this up." I said, "Cool." So I leave and go back to his house that next morning, but he was going to school, so he was supposed to walk me through it. The whole file was deleted.
No way.
I was supposed to meet Doug Williams at 10 o'clock that morning.
Oh, my gosh.
And so the whole file was deleted. So he was like, "Bro, you're going to have to go back and record it right quick." So I had to try to go. So Doug calling me, and I ain't never said this, "Doug, I'm sorry." Doug was like, "Hey, where you at?" I said, "I'm on the way." I was still at that boy house trying to record that music. And so I finally got it recorded. He walked me through how to bounce it down. Doug, it's like 11 o'clock. I was supposed to meet Doug at 10 at Trustmark Bank on County Line Road. And so he called me back. He said, "Where you at?" I said, "I got stopped by the police." I was making up everything. I was like, "Do not miss this out. I got stopped by the police, but I'm on the way." And I was like, I hung up. I said, Lord, forgive me for that lie, because that was really a lie. But I think he bought it. So he called me back, and he was like, I tell you what, you know what the studio is? I said, yeah. He said, just bring it to the studio. So I was like,
thank you, Lord.
and so by 11:45, I got it to the studio, and I gave it to him. And about a week later, he called me into the studio, and he said, I want you to hear something. He played a song called What God Is Joined Together, wedding song. The Blackberry Records presents wedding songs. And he said, when you think you can record it? And I was like, tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
And so I came back the next day and recorded the song in 20 minutes, 2 takes.
Dang.
Yep. And that album I think that album was nominated for a Grammy Awards.
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing.
He called me about 3 or 4 months later to come back. And he just dropped me in the studio, and I did Blessed Assurance, Jesus is mine. And so that's phenomenal. I think they got over like 1 million hits on YouTube.
Nice. That's so great. I know, because your voice is just like powerful and so anointing and just great. I love it. I can just hear you sing all day. But I'm just going to go on YouTube and hear you.
yeah. Check it out. That's some great stuff coming, though.
Awesome. Well, tell the people where they can reach you, they can connect with you, and especially eat them good old greens and turkey legs.
Well, my restaurant is at Stonecrest Mall currently, but we're working on a new location, 2002 Campbellton Road. Also, you can follow me TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those places at Ashford Sanders. And if you would like to bring me to your church, your dog birthday party, your birthday party, it don't matter, please contact Apostle Vera Howard, 910-644-1824. She's the one that's going to make that happen. Whatever she say do, that's what I'm doing. So definitely hit her up. I'd love to come be a part of whatever you got going on.
Absolutely. And we want to thank Apostle, because thank you, Apostle, for hooking it. Actually, Tara, I want to say Tara Hughes was the one that reached out to me and was like, Crystal, I got some artists that I was like, okay, who are they? And then she sent me, and I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Couldn't turn it down. And she was very sweet. And, I've been knowing Apostle for a few years. It's been quite a bit. It's been a minute.
Yeah,
so
she the real deal.
Yeah, she is. She works hard 24/7. 24/7.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. It's been an amazing interview with you,
yes,
Ashford Sanders, the one and only.
I appreciate you.
It's been a blessing. Right here with your sister and your friend, Crystal Whitaker, and we are out of here. Bye, guys. If you enjoyed this podcast, tune in each week on thinkingoutloudnetwork.com. Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share with your friends and family. Until next time, peace.